All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Here we go.
Bring it. Bring it.
Welcome back to Get With the Programming. I am Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is Bill Grundler.
Wolverine.
And we are into our second edition of Mount Rushmore Moments. We just finished the 2007 CrossFit Games as we move into the 2008 CrossFit Games. And a little background on what we're doing is we are just giving our fun moments, our favorite personal bias stories of these events. And we are starting with the game series. We're going to try to catch up to our analyzing the programming. But 2008 was really fun. They're short, they're sweet, and we get to interject some of our own personal stories and opinions and biases, and it was a lot of fun. I think I'm excited for this one.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think the early years, and we said this kind of on the 2007 one, the early years are going to be such a unique version of what our favorites are, because it was, I mean, this is the year where they really made the statement of, you know, if you win this event, you're the fittest on earth. And it was the second year that we've ever done anything like this. So there's so much bravado and badassness and not really sure exactly what the hell we're doing, but we're going to make it really cool anyway. And oh my gosh, there's so many good things to choose from, especially when you're talking about just our own little, you know, like loves about the events. 2008 was awesome. And it was so different than 2007. Like when you look at the videos.
Oh, completely different.
It's like, okay, it is a backyard barbecue in 2007. 2008, it's like, well, there's actually something happening. There's a lot of people here watching what this is. And if you've been to the ranch ever, I still get blown away. Like, how did they put all those people and all that stuff at that place?
And in 2008, nonetheless.
2008,
I mean, 2009 is even bigger, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. We will stick with the 2008 CrossFit Games and what our Mount Rushmore moments are, or Mount Rush moments, as we like to call, in our cute little way, is our top four, our favorite four moments or events or just memories of what it was. This has nothing to do with programming per se. It has nothing to do with any objectivity. I feel like the more subjectivity, the better, because it's our own personal top four. They're not ranked, and it's just a fun little way to have some fun with these little memories of ours as we go into. Now, the hard part of 08 is that I wasn't actually there.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't either. I was stuck at the fire station.
Yeah, but we know about it. Everybody should know about it. Those OGs. Oh, gosh, I can't believe it was that long ago. Speaking of that long ago, today is our 7-year anniversary for the gym.
Oh, congrats, dude. Nice job. I still remember the day we were getting ready to broadcast, and you're like, hey, I think I'm going to open up my own affiliate. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to call it Big D.
That's right. CrossFit Big D.
I was like, what? You're like, oh, yeah, Dallas. Okay, got it. That's right.
And that is the nickname for Dallas. Actually, Dallas, Texas. I had someone from, I guess, Europe just like 2 days ago. He's like, what is the thing with the Big D? I was like, it's a Dallas nickname of the city.
You know, look, man, it's my junk. Okay. I'm just a very, I'm very proud of myself. Okay.
That's one of our other rush moments. That's later down the road. What am I proud of? No. Okay. Hey, let's get into it. So you went first last time. Do you want me to go first this time?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. And we have some special intro music.
Oh, yeah.
Rush moments. Here we go.
Oh, man, that is awesome.
That's the high quality content that we have coming.
Oh, my gosh.
That was the appropriate. I think we're going to stick with this one. So,
and you know what? And I'm going to say for the viewers out there, and the older viewers like myself and the masters, not the baby masters, but the masters, remember When I hear that, I think Benny Hill. And I said, Chase, that sounds just like Benny Hill. And he kind of looked at me funny, like, who?
Yeah.
Like Benny Hill, man. Anyway, go check that out. Dude, I love the music. Good choice. Good choice.
It matches the high quality content that we have. Right, so my very first Mount Rush moment of the 2008 games will actually be the Every Second Counts documentary. And if you guys don't know about this is Every Second Counts was a documentary made about the 2008 CrossFit Games, yet it was told through the eyes or stories of 4 different athletes. I want to say it was OPT, so James Fitzgerald, who just won the 2007 CrossFit Games. John Wellborn.
Dutch Lowry.
Football.
Yeah, football, yeah. Dutch Lowry.
Out of College Station,
yeah,
Texas, home of the Texas A&M Aggies. And then Matt Mursky, who is also in College Station. And I think that was the 4 that they followed.
Well, Josh Everett.
Josh Everett. Shoot, Josh Everett.
Yeah,
so
how do you forget Josh Everett?
The main focal. My bad, Josh. Well, 5. Yeah, five athletes. So, and it was technically it was kind of the very, it was the very first CrossFit Games documentary.
Yeah.
Made. And they kind of took a couple years off after that. They had some videos and some highlight reels, but nothing to the extent of a full-length film or documentary.
Totally.
Of the CrossFit Games. And it was cool because it was super behind the scenes, and it was just like one camera following 5 different people, and you got to see. The one thing I liked the most was seeing. If you don't know Josh Everett, he could be best described as an autonomous robot of super fitness, where he's not a big guy, but in this documentary. It happened a few times where he got a bit emotional, and I think a lot of it was talking about his dad and growing up in sports. And to me, as an emotional guy myself, that hit home a lot. So that was really cool. So coming out of the 2008 CrossFit Games, my first rush moment is the Every Second Counts documentary,
which is awesome. Real quick story on that one. I met Sevon. He was the college roommate of a firefighter / lifeguard that I hired at my station. So I met him before he did the movie, right after he was coming back. It was at a birthday party that I had at a buddy's house. Yeah. And he just got done with the arm wrestling thing that he did with Travis, the movie. And it was my birthday that night. We got all drunk that night. I ended up spending the night in his Winnebago, waking up to his Great Danes licking my face. So like I knew him before the whole CrossFit thing. So in one of the ways he got into that whole deal was he hit up once. My buddy Chad was telling him, he's like, hey, yeah, my captain does this crazy CrossFit stuff. It's awesome. And Sevon started looking into it and wrote Glassman. It was like, hey, your videos suck. Let me do them. Because all the old video, Glassman, just hit him up and said, hey, let me do it. And started sending a bunch of videos and redoing some of the things. And then that's when that was kind of the, hey, let me show you what we can do.
Okay.
Him and Carrie.
Oh, there's a little fun fact.
Dude, awesome though. Yeah, but I watched that and it's like, I feel that's that little circle, that
you're to
circle.
Blame for Sevon.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I apologize to everyone. Nah. All right. So mine.
Number 1.
My favorite thing about that year were the statements that came out of that year.
Okay.
The quotes, and especially it comes from that movie. So I guess stemming off of what your movie was, your first choice being the movie. My first one is going to be Matt Mursky. And his comment is, standards. What standards? There are no standards. And it was because he got blasted on the 30 squat, clean, and jerks. And he was bouncing the bar and catching it on the rebound and putting it up overhead. He probably did man, I don't know, 10 reps, as Dave is saying, as the judge isn't saying anything, because the judge is like kind of looking around and going, I don't know if that's allowed. And Dave's yelling from the side, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. And he's still just doing it, trying to get to 30, which, to his point, you keep doing your reps. You don't stop and try to figure it out. But he didn't fix anything. He just kept on going. And then the big argument about, like, was it a good rep? Never said it was, that you weren't allowed to do this. What's the standard? And so that statement when he said, what standards? There are no standards. I just think was hysterical. That was awesome. That was awesome.
If you guys haven't seen that, because that scene is covered
huge
extensively.
Oh, yeah.
In that documentary.
Yeah.
Matt Mursky was a freak.
Beast, dude.
Like, Matt Mursky was one of those, I would say, is one of the athletes that CrossFit was trying to create.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
They had a lot of background video of him too, like outside of the movie. So if you Google him, you can see all kinds of cool things that dude, like just how he does his gym and some of the training that he's done and some of the stuff he's done. He's got a lot of good video out there.
Although after that happened though,
crickets
he never came back.
Crickets? Yeah, I know.
He was like, screw this sport.
Yeah.
2008 and never came back. In fact, though, going, I guess, 2009, 2010, even a couple years after that, I would see him at a regional event, just sitting in the back.
Looking for people to get no reps?
Doing.
That's a no rep. Get that guy out of here.
Oh, Matt Mursky, there's a name.
Yeah.
Okay, so you picked the
That's
standard.
my one. Yep.
I shall, for my second one, tail off of standards.
Okay.
And use the man who creates these standards is Boz.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right? The head judge himself.
Okay.
Everybody should know Boz by now. Captain No Rep.
Yeah.
Boz, this was great. He was the demo for the heavy clean and jerk final.
Okay.
So Dave calls him out. This video is on YouTube. Dave, he not calls him out. He
has him come out. Yeah.
Not calls him out.
Right.
Although he's done it many times before. He's like, hey, Boz, do this weird pistol trick. So Boz, just a young baby face man with short hair and no tattoos.
I was gonna say lots more skin, lots more open skin.
Comes out and demos what the standards of the workout are and is moving infinitely better than any single person there demoing the heavy clean and jerks. It was fantastic. But the best part was Dave is discussing the final. So they did the first day of competition. I think they just had the final on the second day. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
And they're standing in just dirt. Standing in dirt, demoing what the final event of the 2000 CrossFit Games are going to be with Boz, with a crowd around them. And it looked like half of them were drinking beer.
I'm sure probably they were.
But that was cool. I didn't know Boz's kind of role there and how soon it was. But Boz was the 2008 final event demo guy.
Very cool.
For the CrossFit Games.
I like the fact that in the olden days, like that, everyone wore multiple hats. Mm-hmm. I mean, everyone now Boz only does one thing. He makes sure that the judges are no repping everybody correctly and doing the briefings, this is what you're going to do if to get a right rep and not get a right rep. But like back then it was everyone was multitasking on everything. That was super cool. Sweet. All right, Boz.
All right, you're number 2.
My number 2, Panda Express. I had to bring it back, dude. I was saving that one since we did the our first call of the 2008. Yeah. Like the fact that Panda Express, actually that was one of the cool years of all the sponsors that they had out there. There was the Waste Management was a sponsor. I think Jim Boss was like this old sponsor. Mind Body was one of the first setups for studios and that kind of thing for checking in your people and all that. But Panda Express was one of the big ones. They actually had a CrossFit gym in their headquarters, is what I heard. and they were yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
So
bet that's
yeah.
amazing. Although it's not like the corporate is it paint. Never mind. That was stupid.
No, but man, you know what? It's like I just think that that's so cool because now every time, not sometimes, every time I go to Panda Express, I'm like, it's cool, it's healthy because you know it was at the CrossFit Games. So I just make myself feel better.
There's often times where I'm walking through the airport and I walk by a Panda Express and I'm just like,
orange chicken.
That orange chicken. Yes, that orange chicken. Okay, so yes, Panda Express is one of the sponsors / food vendors.
Yes.
CrossFit Games. That's a good one. That's a great one.
Cool.
Let's see. My number 3 was chest to bar pull-ups.
Yeah.
This was the first time ever in CrossFit, not at the CrossFit Games, in CrossFit, that chest to bar pull-ups became a movement.
Yeah.
So they did chest to bar Fran as one of the events. There's only 4 events?
Yeah, 4.
4 events total. Chest to bar Fran was announced, and no one had. You might have done a chest to bar pull-up, but like chest to bar pull-ups weren't a thing. It wasn't a dedicated movement as part of like your Rolodex of programming. This was the first time they had even conceived or heard of for a lot of these athletes that they had to do a chest to bar pull-up. That was where chest to bar pull-ups were created.
Man, and it's interesting because there was a part going back to Matt Mursky where he said what his Fran time was, and then you watch the time that it took him, and just that extra 3-inch pull that you had to do on those 45 reps added like a minute and a half to whatever it was. And he even said, he's like, there's a whole section where he's talking about not having that motor skill down because it was so different. Like his body just didn't know how to get his chest to the bar at all.
The opposite of that being an issue, there's basically a demo video from the 2008 games after it was announced of the chest to bar pull-up.
Yeah.
And it was Tony Budding who was running the camera.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Well, it's him back in the day. Yeah.
He took Dutch Lowry out to the side and he's like, hey, what was just announced? And he goes, chest to bar pull-ups. He goes, I've never done them before. He goes, what was your first thought about butterfly? And Dutch was like, it's impossible. And now what do you think? He's like, I can do it. It's kind of a testament to the adaptiveness on the fly of really good athletes in CrossFitters specifically of giving weird, unique wrinkle to a movement.
Yeah.
Then be able to just turn around and figure it out on the fly like that. So that was pretty cool. So chest to bar pull-ups.
Well, because it sounds so simple since it's so every day. I mean, chest bar pull-ups is not a big deal, but the birthplace like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3, the 750 meter ish hill sprint, slow up and pinwheels of everybody coming down.
Oh man.
Chris Spieler, just Robotron, glasses on, headset on, kind of like mine that I'm wearing right here. Just dead center, just going for it. But watching the athletes come down the hill, their legs are blown from the uphill. And then they know they have to make up distance on the downhill. And there were so many people that got to the end. And it was like, man, how did you not break your legs coming down? Josh Everett has one of those videos coming in where it's just him trying to make that turn. And he's like, just car wreck down to the ground. Other guys, women, just everyone just bailing coming down. It was insane.
I don't mean this to sound as a negative at all. I think after watching that video, that may have been the most dangerous event ever programmed at the CrossFit Games.
Man, because you can't control anything.
Like, I don't mean that as like that was a bad programmed event and that was a dangerous thing or irresponsible, but just watching that and seeing what athletes were willing to do just to try to win, that was the most dangerous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, okay. To that, this is going to be my 3A. I'll just say 3A because what you just said brought it up to me right here. Can I throw in a 3A? Give me a 3A.
It's our. We can do whatever we want.
Okay, cool. I like it. So if you watch some of the background videos on 2008 games, there's a point where Dave Castro's in a hotel somewhere, is in some room, and they're talking about what happens if someone gets hurt. And the question goes, if someone goes to the hospital, we're going to take a break. You don't just continue because and try to kill other people because something bad's happening. And someone, and I don't know who the lady is, but there's a female voice that goes, well, what do they do at the Olympics? And he goes, who cares? Who cares? It's like, we're gonna try and take it easy, but who cares what everyone else does? I mean, like that kind of an attitude, Tony Budding saying stuff about, no, I know, that's what was so great. But like, what happens if someone gets killed? It's like, well, okay, we'll take a break. We'll take a break if someone gets killed. Then we'll continue.
We're on the ranch.
We can do whatever we want. It's private property. We can do whatever we want.
More people here to celebrate their life than
and they can all have more orange chicken while we're waiting. It's totally cool.
Oh man. Okay, so that's. Oh man, are we?
That was 3. We're at 4.
Dang.
I got a good one for 4 too.
Do you? Well, it's a good thing I'm going first. I hope I steal it.
Nope, won't happen.
Oh, okay. Then I will go with the infamous moment during the athlete briefing of the final event of Dave Castro having no idea who this Jason Khalipa kid was.
Are you in the right room, son?
He legitimately thought that Jason Khalipa was just some fan who got lost and wandered into the barn during the athlete briefing. Lo and behold, not but 5 minutes after the start of the event, he would win the 2008 CrossFit Games.
That was so great. And they have that. You can see that on the video too. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen the video, 2008, the Every Second Counts, you got to see it. But it is hysterical because he's like going through all the names and he's looking right at Jason like, and you are?
They got him.
The bathroom's over that way.
over Jason actually winning the entire event. They got him. It's this like random dude in the barn that they didn't think belonged there. And they didn't even get the final of him winning. I think the only documented video is like his dad's cell phone video.
Yeah. Like, thank goodness for parents. We would have never had him getting the last rep and throwing his hands up in the air.
Yes. So
that's good. That's good.
That's the 4th one.
Believe me, I did think about that one. I did think about that. I'm going to stay in the same event. I mean, because it's only 4. So it's like, can't really go that far away. But so there was one of the things that we always talk about, CrossFit and competition and everyone rallying around everyone and cheering each other on when they're like battling through these pieces. There was a young girl who was actually from my area. She's from San Luis Obispo. Her family had like old school garage gym, CrossFit gym. I mean, it wasn't really a gym. They were just kind of coaching people out of their house. But her name was Calista Papa. And she was 14 years old at the time. She was in that event. She weighed 103 pounds doing the 100-pound clean and jerk, which was her PR. Whoa. She ended up getting all 30. And she had everyone surrounded around her. And if you go back and watch the video, it's unreal. First of all, on every single squat as she's coming up, she's got this high-pitched, squealy scream that is just like, it sounds like there's a lot of effort being put into every single one of these reps. But then her jerk overhead is one of the best ones on the floor. Katie Henniger is there. Tanya Wagner is there, Jolie Gentry's there, everyone is there, and she has literally one of the best jerks on the floor. But I just think the fact that there's this young girl that's being surrounded by the champs of our sport at that time, getting after it, and how special that competition can pull out the best of people like that is just unreal. Like, the video is insane. This little tiny thing. Little Calista just going out there and shredding it. It's awesome.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
It's
got to go back and check it out.
Those are the personal moments and little stories that some people might not know or even realize it took place.
Yeah, you got to go back. There's a lot of good video out there. You have to go back and look at the YouTube stuff. Just go check it out. If you're bored, if it's raining somewhere, go check it out. It's the birth of our sport, man. It's the birth of our sport.
The fun black hole to go down.
Oh yeah.
Other than TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a super
Oh,
massive black hole. You got to be
that is
careful with that one.
black hole and a half. So do yourself a favor, everyone. Go back to YouTube, the birth of black holes, and search the 2008 CrossFit Games. You'll see a lot of videos. The old raw videos are so cool. And then if you guys haven't seen Every Second Counts, go download that. Go check that out. That is such a cool behind-the-scenes look at the CrossFit Games back in 2008. And it was fun to talk about during our analyzing the programming. Just a little rehash that.
Totally.
Definitely the most unique versus the other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Than any CrossFit Games ever.
Totally. Again, it was a good race. And,
right.
And I think we came up with that. At least our assessment of it was.
You want to hear our opinion? Go listen to.
Go check it out. Go check it out.
What we thought about the programming, but we can say is that of all 13 CrossFit Games that have taken place since 2007.
Yeah,
that is the most unique one of the other 12. It's
totally hands down. Hands
all
down.
Right. Hey,
boom! 2008 done. Boom.
Mount Rush moments. Thank you guys for listening. 2009 will be coming up. We will see you guys then.